Welcome to Trix and Treaty Devlog. Trix and Treaty is the game I've been working on where you play as a young boy where their sketchbook goes trying to get their candy back from a monster in 31 days. In theory, if you have enough time, you can explore every nook and cranny, but part of the game is realizing that keeping track of time can be difficult. For the last 2 weeks, since that was when I did my first, or I guess the last video, I've added a pretty good amount of stuff. The first thing that I have implemented is some changes to the background. I did keep it as a rotating image, but I decided to lower it a little bit so that you can actually see more of a darker sky when it's nighttime and a lighter sky when it's daytime. I also did make the outlines for a lot of objects darker because of this change. If you look at the game in grayscale, which essentially means you make everything black and white like an old movie, it makes it so that the darker outlines make everything stick out a lot more, which is a pretty good reference because it gets you a good idea for what might be hard on some people's eyes. And the older, lighter outlines didn't really look all that great, so I just made them darker. And I'm going to go through and change up a lot of the outlines for pretty much everything. I also do plan to add a parallax background with silhouettes in the game. I'll probably add this later on in development though, when I actually have a better idea of how the map for the game is going to look, because there might be some exceptions that aren't really parallax, but for the most part I am going to have, I guess, a general idea of silhouettes for the background on top of course, the actual sky. I also added particles in the game. I teased this in the last video at the very end. There's not really much to say other than I'm pretty satisfied with how they turned out. Right now in the game, there's only particles for the ink ability, which is the first ability that you have, and for when you get hit by an enemy, but I will add them in for pretty much everything that needs particles, so I guess like every ability and every, like, I guess means of taking damage, sort of. I also mostly have been working on a good amount of level design for World 1, and this actually made me think about and eventually end up adding a new platform to the game. I will put a spoiler warning here, but again, it is in World 1 and it is super early on. To be fair, I did tease it in a post earlier this week, but if you don't want to see it, I'm just putting this up there. What I added were swinging platforms. I kind of added them on a whim and mostly just to theme with the whole sort of forest idea for World 1. I felt like they kind of felt swampy, and I think that they fit in pretty well. How they work is you actually have to alternate by pressing A and D, which are left and right in the game, to swing. Otherwise, you will not really travel that far. When you let go by pressing jump, then you actually will have a lot more height jumping off of a swinging platform than you would jumping normally. As I said, I kind of have figured out where I want to put these in the actual levels for the game, and I hope that people just have fun experimenting with them. Another thing I have added are little animations Treaty will do depending on what Trix does. For an example, if you land a hit, they will be happy. If you defeat an enemy, they will clap for you, and if you get hit, they'll kind of realize that's not a good thing. And I just thought that these could be a little small detail. I'll probably work on animating them more and maybe even making more animations other than just like a smile and a clap, maybe a thumbs up or something like that. What I still have to work on is kind of some of the stuff I addressed in the last update video. I still have some OST stuff to do, which hopefully I think you might be hearing some new songs I've been working on. I still also have some more sprite work to do and more level design, just kind of general stuff at the moment, but I will keep you posted on whatever I end up doing next. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day and that you check out more games on the Screenshot Saturday tag, which is where I'm guessing you probably found this video. So yeah, bye.